Mutant Ninja Turtles. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Heroes in a half shell. Turtle power.
What's going on, everybody? King of Dragons 5000 here, coming at you with another figure review. Today we'll be having a look at the NECA Gamestop exclusive Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie version of the Shredder. And so here we have Shredder posing out of the packaging. Before we have a look at the figure, let's actually take a look at what Shredder comes with. Shredder, of course, does come with a removable mask, so you can have it on his face, or you can take it off and it does show off his scar. He also does come with 3 pairs of hands. We do get a pair of fists for Shredder. Shredder also does come with a pair of open palmed hands. And then finally, Shredder does get a pair of grasping hands for his weapons. Shredder also does come with a knife and a scabbard, and that does fit on the back of his belt really nicely. He also does get his spear, which we do see him use to fight off the Ninja Turtles, and that's done very well. His final accessory is, of course, his really gorgeous cape, and it's done really well. I love the silver and black design on it. It does wrap around the figure nicely. It has a little clasp in the front so you can close it off, and it has a wire frame in it, so it does pose really well. Other than that, Shredder doesn't come with anything else, so let's actually move on to his details. And so here we have a closer look at Shredder, and NECA has done a fantastic job with this figure. Really do love the face mask on it, and you can see that it does have like a mesh screen on the front of it, so you can see underneath that. That's exactly how it was in the movie, so I do like that. We also do get his iconic bladed helmet design, and he just looks really sharp, no pun intended. Really like the face sculpt. I know a lot of people aren't too crazy about the face. Let's see if I can get his mask off. There we go. It's not the most screen accurate face, but it'll do, and most of the time you're going to have him with the mask on anyway, so I really don't see why people are complaining that it's not 100% screen accurate. I'll just leave it off for right now. But again, they did a really good job with the head sculpt, and the mask on it looks really well on it. So overall, I think that's a really good design. Having a look at his helmet here, you can see they did a fantastic job just with the helmet itself. It has so much chain link detail. I don't know if that's actually chain link, but it looks really nice. It does look like it's armor plated. So again, fantastic detail throughout his helmet. As far as the rest of the figure goes, we've seen this body before. He uses the exact same torso, well, pretty much everything from the foot soldier, with the exception that he does have a few extra added details, like this little neck piece is a separate piece, although I don't like the way it floats around. I would have preferred that to be glued down. I might just go ahead and glue that down on my own, but we'll end up having a look at that in the future. He, of course, does have his shoulder pads with the blades coming out them, and you can see it continues that same pattern right here on his shoulder pad as it does on his jacket, or not in his jacket, on his shoulder pad. Something I really do like is the coloration of this, and the fact that they actually incorporated glitter into the plastic on the figure, and it does really show off how Shredder's design was in the movie. It just sparkles and has this really nice appeal to it. I don't know, there's something about the maroon burgundy color that they went with it. It really adds some flavor. You can even see it has some iridescent qualities to it. So overall, really do like that. He does have that same elastic band that the foot soldiers had, so that does stretch if you want it. You can see he does have 2 gauntlets which continue that blade design and the pattern going throughout the gauntlet right here. Same on this side. And then on his left hand we do have his iconic claw, which that just looks really nice. Again, same torso that we saw with the foot soldier, so it's nothing too spectacular. However, because he is wearing this maroon color, the wrinkles and folds actually show a little bit better, and the way the light catches it for that iridescent effect just highlights how nice this figure looks. Going down to his greaves, we continue that bladed design with this same chainmail-like design going down his greaves. So that's done well. And then he also does have the foot wrappings in black. And they still continue the glittered plastic, so it's not 100% accurate to the movie, but I do appreciate that they did continue it. And then it goes all the way down to his tabby socks. So overall, they have done a fantastic job here with the Shredder. Now, what we're going to do now is get him posed next to other figures you may have in your collection. And so here we do have Shredder posed next to a Marvel Legends Cyclops and a DC Multiverse Superman. Here we have Shredder posed next to a WWE Elite Scale figure and a Mezco 1/12 Collective Popeye the Sailor Man. Here we have Shredder posed next to a Lightning Collection White Ranger and a Star Wars Black Series Mandalorian. And so here we have Shredder posed next to the NECA Leonardo and the NECA Raphael. And finally here we have Shredder posed next to the Foot Clan. So with the comparisons out of the way, let's actually run through Shredder's articulation. Shredder here does have a double ball joint in the head, so he can look up surprisingly well, and then he can look down very well, so I do like that. We also do get some head tilt in there, as well as left and right rotation. He does have a ball joint in the neck, which also adds to his articulation, so I really do like that range of movement there. As you can see, it moves around no problem. Arms are on a ball joint. They're kind of stiff. They go out to about that far. They might go out further, but I really don't want to be putting too much pressure on these shoulder pads, so do be aware of that. Again, this is a little bit softer, but his arms do go up, and they would go out at an angle. Again, really worried about knocking those shoulder pads off, so do be cautious when moving the figure around. He doesn't have a bicep swivel, but he does have a swivel right here at the elbow. We do have a double bend in the elbow, only giving us about 90 degrees. He does rotate at the forearm, although it's really tight. He does rotate at the wrist right here, as well as hinge. Although do be careful with the left hand, because he does have these claws out, so those are pretty brittle, so I really wouldn't put too much pressure on those. If you do rotate it from the sides, don't grab it from the top. He does have a ball joint in the torso, which does function normally, goes forward and back a little bit, rotate, some leaning, actually a lot more leaning. Maybe the foot soldiers were just kind of stuck. Legs do kick forward to about there, so good range going forward, good range going back, good range going out to the side. As you can see, no issues there. He does have rotation up high in the thigh. That one's pretty stiff. No rotation on that thigh. They're both really stiff, but he does have thigh rotation. He does have a double bend in the knee, and like the foot soldier, this is such a hard joint to bend. I don't know why it's so stiff. I got this leg to bend. This leg, it's rotating on me now. And of course, it's only during the review this happens. What are you going to do? It's the reviewer's curse. But we do have some rotation at the upper part of the knee. He does have a hinge in the foot, which does go forward and back, and forward-facing pin for rocker ankle. So overall, really like the articulation on Shredder. So what we're going to do now is get him posed for my final thoughts, and then we'll wrap up this review. And so here we have Shredder posed for my final thoughts. Overall, NECA has once again done a fantastic job on another movie license. Shredder here is done exceptionally well, and I love the amount of detail they went into. His shoulder pads, his gauntlets, the helmet, everything about this figure is done really well. Now, I do understand that they reused the foot soldier body for Shredder, and I believe that's accurate to the movie. I'll have to go back and double check, but to my knowledge, everything on Shredder is accurate to how he looked in the movie. Everything from the scar on his face to the way his face mask is. Now, unfortunately, the face mask mesh is kind of big, but there's really no way to replicate it in a figure this size, so I can give it to NECA there. He does come with an array of accessories that does make him screen accurate to the movie. The cape is fantastic, and that clasp on it just adds to the detail of this figure. If you are looking for Shredder, you can only find him on Gamestop, and at the time I'm making this video, they just barely came out. If you have them on pre-order, go ahead and pick them up now before Gamestop does sell your pre-order to someone else. Or if you can find them in GameStop, definitely pick them up. If you're a fan of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle movie like I am, you're going to want to have this guy in your collection, and he will run you $25. With that being said, guys, I'm KingofDragons 5000. Don't forget to like this video, leave a comment, subscribe to my channel, go check out all my other action figure reviews, as well as all my other NECA and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle videos. Hopefully you find them informative. As always, if there's a figure you would like to see me review, let me know down in the comments, and if it fits in my collection, I'll definitely have a look at it. While you're at it, don't forget to check out my Instagram account for new and exciting action figure photos, and as always, ring that bell to be notified every time I upload a video. Until next time, guys, I'll see you later. Take care, everyone.